Trying to find a lost or missing cat is an incredibly difficult task, and I've got no doubt that many of you watching this video will have already discovered that for yourselves. However, there is one method of finding a lost or missing cat that is far more effective than any other. It's also the quickest way to find a missing cat. In this video, I'm going to tell you what that method is, and I'm going to show you exactly how to implement it yourselves to find your own missing cat.
There's a golden rule when it comes to looking for a missing cat, and that is the more pairs of eyes that you have actively looking for your missing cat, the greater the likelihood that the cat will be seen, and a seen cat is a recoverable cat. And actively means you want your neighbours to be looking out for your cat every time they leave their home, whether they're driving to and from work, walking their dog, or going for a run. Because the quickest way to find a missing cat is by turning your neighbours into your own cat finding community.
A cat finding community is not a page on a social media platform. I speak to dozens of missing cat owners every single month, and most of them say the same thing to me. They've created a page on a social media platform, they've got hundreds of followers, but they're not getting any credible sightings of their cats, and they want to know why. I'll tell you what's going on. These cat owners are getting seduced by the numbers. It takes less than a second for someone to like and follow a page on a social media platform. But these days, people are like butterflies. They flit all over the place. They might come onto your page just for a few seconds. They give you that sympathy like, and then they're gone on to a new shiny platform somewhere else. They may not come back for days or even weeks. If you have 300 people following you on your social media page, that just equates to 5 minutes in total of their time. You are not going to find a missing cat with that level of support. If you're serious about finding your cat, and I believe you are, which is why you're watching this video, then you have to have real conversations with real people. And you have to see social media for exactly what it is. It is a means of communicating to your community. And there are 3 other tools that you're going to use to build your community, and I'm now going to show you exactly what they are. In this diagram, I show you the 4 sides to a dice. We call these our community squares. At the top of the square is you. You've got to do all the graft, you've got to put the work in. And at the bottom of the square is the community. That's what you're building with your time and your effort. And the 4 sides of the dice are posters, social media, updates, and what we call cat chats. I'm going to start with missing cat posters, which play an important role in helping you to build your community, and they come in 3 different formats. There's the obvious size that everybody's familiar with, the A4 size, which is placed at strategic positions around your neighbourhood. There's the second version, which people refer to as leaflets or flyers, which essentially is just a smaller version of your A4 poster, which you're putting in people's hands or through the letterboxes. Now the third format, which is a very important format, which is often overlooked by people, is what we call a virtual missing cat poster. And this is the poster that you create on your mobile phone, and it's a very simple design. It has the word missing across the top, a very good image of your cat, side on or standing facing the camera, and at the base of the image is your mobile telephone number. And you'll be using your virtual missing cat poster on your cat chats. If there's one approach to building your own personal cat finding community which is far more important than all the others, it's the conversations that you have with real people, what we call cat chats. And it's really, really important that you have these conversations with your immediate neighbours. Why are you doing this? Well, you need to get an understanding of where your cat ranges, what size territory your cat has, where it goes, because in my experience, the vast majority of accidental entrapments and accidental transportations take place within the cat's territory. So you need to develop the understanding of where your cat's going on a regular basis. For most homeowners, they only ever answer the door if they're expecting a package or they're expecting a delivery of food. When they open the door and you're standing there and you're not carrying a package and you clearly don't have any food to give them, their immediate thoughts are that you're going to try and sell them something, or you're going to try and get them to enroll in some strange religious cult. So you have to put their minds at rest immediately. And you do that by following the basic principle that you have to give to get. So cat chats are really important because they serve two primary purposes. Firstly, they enable you to obtain important information about where your cat goes, how often it goes there, and the route that it takes. So you'll start to get a much better understanding of your cat's territory and its range across its territory. Secondly, these conversations, these cat chats, are the foundation of your own personal cat finder community. So they are really, really important. Therefore, you need to have structure to make sure that you don't miss anything. I recommend that you have a script to start with. And if you look down in the description of this video, you'll see an example of a script that I suggest that you use. Your cat chats are broken down into 4 separate stages. Stage 1 is all about establishing a rapport with the homeowner. So you give your name, you explain that you're a neighbour and why you're knocking at their door. It's about putting their mind at rest as to why you've come up their garden path. Stage 2 is all about your cat. This is where you introduce your virtual missing cat poster and speak about your cat, making sure that you explain the unique personal bond that you have with your cat. Give your cat's name and tell the homeowner when you last saw your cat. Stage 3 is the information gathering stage. This is where you ask questions of the homeowner as to whether they've seen your cat, and if so, where did they see your cat and what was your cat doing? It's about establishing territory and range. Final stage is where you ask for help. Initially, ask the individual to take a copy of your virtual missing cat poster and to share it with their family and friends. Next, you're asking for permission to search the person's garden and outbuildings. Now, a little tip here. I recommend that you ask initially just to search the person's garden. If you ask a search of the garden and the outbuildings all at once, some people might find that to be a little bit intrusive. So once you're in the person's garden is when you should normally ask to search any sheds or outbuildings and their garage. The person is more likely to say yes. Now here's another tip. Between each of your conversations, your cat chats, make sure that you make a few notes on your mobile telephone about that specific conversation. And this is quite important because firstly, it'll enable you to update your community later, but more importantly, it makes sure that you have a clear understanding of your cat's territory and range. The final tools that you're going to be using in building your own cat finder community are social media and updates. So remember what I said to you, social media is the platform on which you communicate with your audience, with your community. It's not the community itself. And you must give updates on the progress of your investigation. Don't just get back home late at night, start tapping around the keyboard, letting people how you feel. Whilst relevant, it's not going to be entertaining. Always remember that it is your personal cat finder community. You have created it, so you are responsible for maintaining the energy levels and keeping people motivated. So make sure that you validate people's contributions. And when you post, be informative, be entertaining, but most of all, be positive. Don't let yourself forget that people can be like butterflies. And if they feel their time isn't well spent on your page, then they'll flitter off somewhere else.
So now you know the quickest way to find your missing cat. And I mentioned in this video the importance of missing cat posters, which play a really vital role in reaching into the very heart of the community. However, get it wrong and you could end up alienating the very community whose help you need to find your missing cat. So guess what? I released another video. It's up here. All about how to place your missing cat posters in the right locations for maximum impact. And if you want to know how to design the perfect missing cat poster, well, there's a video up here. Everything you need to know on helping you find your missing cat is contained within this amazing channel. You are in safe hands with the Pet Detective because I've been recovering missing cats for over 20 years. Stick around, watch those videos, and do let me know where you find your cat. You take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.